Hello, everybody, and welcome to this video where today we are going to talk about, I don't know if this is like stupid things that people say, but things that aren't true, that are only said by people with SDE, son. I don't know how else to say it. But this is a complete untruth, and we just need to talk about it. Like, it's not like no one's talking about this, but I feel like the people who are going to say the thing that I'm about to say they do so because they're insecure. They don't believe in their work, and they are so afraid of losing the small stranglehold they have on a small niche of a community. Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. Let's pull up a seat. There are a lot of poets. There are a lot of writers. There are a lot of artists. And I experienced this when I was tattooing 150 fucking years ago. So let me actually tell you this story because I brought it up and never talked about it. When I was 18, I was apprenticing tattooing. It was one of those things where I really wanted to get into it and I didn't know how to get into it. And there was this tattoo artist that was a big fan of the band I was in. And we would set it up to where if I took him whatever new merch we had or a new album or whatever, he would do work on me for free. So I just started asking him questions about like how to get into apprenticing. And he's like, oh, like I could use an apprentice. Like, do you want to like train under me? And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I was so excited, right? I got a kit and like I spent an enormous amount of time making needles, like soldering different needle placements onto bars for the guns and shit like that. And the shop he was working at, when he found out that he was apprenticing me, or I was his apprentice or whatever, he got really mad at him. And he's like, why are you getting mad? And he's like, because like if we keep training people how to tattoo, like they're going to take all of our business. Like if we keep like teaching people how to do this, like they're going to just like, there's not going to be enough people to get tattoos. Just some fucking bullshit like that. And I remember him saying, he's like, that is a really old mentality. But that's something that I've always heard everybody talk about. Like everybody wants to have an apprentice. Everybody wants to train somebody because it's a ton of help at the shop when you have somebody doing stuff. And then it's fun to teach somebody, you know? But like this idea that like you can't teach anybody because then you won't have anybody is just like a ridiculous like mindset thing. There is this thing called a poverty mindset. And if you have a poverty mindset, you will always be in what? Awesome. Poverty, that is correct. A poverty mindset is when somebody who does something thinks that they can never like help anybody out or do anything good for anybody because if that person gets popular, they're going to steal my fans. They're going to steal my influence. Okay, now this is silly. This is totally stupid. Here, I'm going to ask you a question. Look at your bookcase. Okay, look at your bookcase right now. How many different authors are on your bookcase? Huh? Look at your poetry books. Are they all from the same poet? No? Okay. When you go on your Spotify, since no one actually has records or CDs or cassettes or 8-tracks anymore. Yeah, I said 8-tracks. Deal with it, sucker. When you go to your Spotify, do you only have one artist on there? Of course not. Because that would be stupid. Who does that? No one does that. If you are constantly afraid of losing what you have, you never had that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? The only people who lose things are the people who never had them. What's the saying? Like if you have sand in your hand and you try to squeeze it, it's all going to fall out. It's just what it is. On top of that, what is it? A rising tide lifts all ships. Is that how that saying goes? I've said it like 3 times today, and I think I've gotten it wrong each time. But I think a rising tide lifts all ships. Whatever. Like water goes up, things in the water float. You get what I'm saying. That is why people who try to build actual communities, and we're going to be talking about poetry here for the foreseeable future, okay? So let's just focus on that. The people who try to lift up poets do so to make a community because they know the more people... I'm going to let you guys in on a little something, okay? It's a secret. The majority of the world thinks poetry is fucking stupid, okay? Most people... A, don't like poetry, B, think poetry is super fucking pretentious, and C, think poets are asinine jerks, okay? Now, one of those things is up for debate, for sure, okay? But what I'm saying is that it's our job as poets. It's our job as stewards of the line to make people feel welcome in poetry, to make people feel that like being a poet is cool and fun, or just buying poetry is something they should do. Okay? None of us should be insecure about our art. If we're going to write the poems, if we're going to do the stuff, we want people to see it because we're proud of it. And then here's the other thing. If you are proud of your own work, if you know that your stuff is amazing, who cares how many other poets you promote? Because if you're really that good, you'll always sell books. You will always have fans. You will always have people who think that what you're doing is worth it. And even like on the off chance that it's not worth it, as long as you think it's worth it, that's all that matters. But nobody is stealing anybody's fans. Nobody is stealing anybody's fan base because that is the stupidest thing in the world. Fans are also a lot like relationships. You do not own the person you are with. You do not own your fans. Having fans is a fucking privilege, dude. Like, we should all be helping each other. There are more people out there who consume art than there are people who are making art. This isn't a contest. This isn't a, like, who's got the most this. None of that has anything to do with shit. It's all about creating stuff that you like, and if people like it too, 100% awesome, cool. I feel like this is going to be a series of videos because there's a lot of, like, I don't want to just keep saying small dick energy, but like super toxic, insecure, creative shit. What I'm getting at the end of the day is there is plenty to go around. And if you live in a poverty mindset, you will always be poor. You will be poor financially, you will be poor artistically, and you will be poor physically, like with the people in your life. As I was saying, keep buying my books. I have a couple copies of Los Angeles left. Maybe I'll put a picture of it somewhere. I don't know where they are right now in the thing. End of Everything, Winter Your Mom's Sodomy Price for Poetry, and Panic, the short story collection. Those are all available right now. Panic in Los Angeles, once they're gone, well, all the books, once they're gone, they're gone. But Panic in Los Angeles, they're only going to be available until the end of this month. So about 16 days left. Okay. And then next month, there will be new books that are almost out of print that are out and available. If you go to Amazon, you could get a bunch of my novels, my serials, and poetry collections. You could pick up the ebooks of Pharma Phoenix Rises, poems about fucking, shit poems, and Mart. And I think, at the End of Everything, obviously. And then my latest poetry collection, Confessions of a Man Whose Everything Exploded. You can get that there too. So join the crew down below. We do live streams every morning. And we're doing a live stream tonight, a writing Zoom. So if you guys could come to that, you are more than welcome to come to that. Just join the crew down below and then send me an email letting me know that you are there. Okay. Yeah. So at the end of the day, just know, like, you will do better the more you try to help people than you will do trying to keep people away, because you are not that important. None of us are. Okay. Just remember that. Okay. Keep buying my books. Type hard, everybody. Join the crew down below, and I will talk to you all later.